Hello, this is my final reflection review. The last time you'll get to see my amazing face and hear my beautiful voice. Just thought it'd be a lot easier and I'd be able to speak my mind a lot more clearly for a video. Would have said that about an essay, but I have a hard time struggling to find correct words. So why did I write it how I did? Wrote it as an essay so I can put my ideas down on a paper. I can read back over what I've written. I start getting on tangents a lot, so I have to write it down so I can stick to it. I have some notes while I'm going over here. How does it compare the time periods? Just shows that, like, even though they were written like 100 years apart or something, because I know Frankenstein was written during the scientific revolution or whatever, and the penal colony was written during bureaucracies and stuff. Like, they both have an underlying message that relates back to their time period that they were trying to express. What newfound knowledge did this project produce? I can't lie and say, like, it really produced other knowledge. I like to think. Thinking is a fun thing. So I was always thinking about it. Like, we all know Frankenstein wasn't just a science novel, and that in the penal colony wasn't just supposed to be some, like, gruesome story. It's supposed to show, like, societal understanding. I had a reason why I wanted to start writing this, and I don't exactly, or like couldn't exactly remember why when I was writing it. Still don't know exactly why, but I had a really good reason. Like, when I made the outline, and I was reading back over the outline, and I was like, I have an idea of what I wrote, because I'm not an idiot, but I have no real. I feel like I had a passion that I don't have, or didn't have as much when I wrote it. I guess I could say, failure does happen is one thing I did learn. Like, you can try and you can be a brilliant scientist, or even just some guy who thinks he's just following the rules and still fail. So, I guess it does go to show that, like, whether or not you want to be a leader or a follower, like, you can still fail. So, lead. And how did it reflect my own personal, academic, or intellectual interests? I really enjoy, and this is kind of niche, the idea that history is written by the victor, and, like, you always hear that in movies and everything. Star Wars, especially how Star Wars, like, the uniforms and everything relates back to World War II and all that. War is written by the victor, and that's exactly what is shown in these texts. It's less that war, but more justice is written by the victor. We only have an idea of what is just because we have had previously just and or unjust people. So, like, how people say morals only exist because of God, justice only exists because we have lack of justice. Like, we only know, like, if our life had just been, I mean, same thing, Allegory of the Cave. If our life had just been justice on, like, I don't know, the machine, it would have been completely different, and we would have never had a story like this, where you might have had some sort of extremist, I don't know. The fact that history can be written by the victor, and then thinking about the alternate timelines of what could have happened if things were written differently and all, it's so fun. Or to me. It's basically all I've got. I really enjoyed writing this essay. Enjoyed being a very loose term. More than I have others, I'll say that. I had relative independence on what I wanted to write about. And the stories, even Frankenstein, like, as bad as they were, they had a message. It's better than reading a bad story that's just a bad story. That's pretty much all I've got. Yeah.